Alrighty, here's what we got. Month in stats, January recap. Big Deal Sports checking in with you after 30 days of working out every single day. We're going to compare this to some things. I've got some stats for December, so that way we can really see kind of where these numbers are going and where they're charting, things like that. So let's just kind of get into the nitty gritty here. The thing that I did that I'm probably most proud of was the exercise minutes. On average, I was exercising for about 54 minutes in the month of January. One random Thursday, I had as many as 123 minutes, so just a little bit over 2 hours of exercise. That was actually the day I went to Planet Fitness with Nate. I remember that day specifically. We were in there for about 2 hours doing things. So super great day, super good overall. Comparatively speaking, this is, I averaged 10 minutes in December, just to kind of put that out there. So we've literally multiplied by five times how much I'm working out in January compared to December. Super cool there. Steps, I was a little surprised by this, but in that same breath, I don't run as much as I probably should. I was taking walks in December and things like that still, so that didn't really change, but I did run a little bit more, so my average steps did go up 1,000 steps a day. So I guess if you kind of break that down, that's 30,000 extra steps a month over the course of January compared to December. But my steps on average in December were 7,081, and in December it was 6,094. A little bit more in perspective there. I had 0 days over 10,000 steps in December. I had 4 days over 10,000 steps in January. Translating that into mileage, I averaged 3 miles on average a day, compared to December, which was 2.4. My biggest day I had was 5.9 miles. And I also had 7 times over that average of 2.4. So there was 7 times, well actually I digress, that's 4 times. I wrote down 4 times. Wait, 7 times I was over 4 miles. Yeah, the most miles I walked in December were 3.7. That's the most miles I walked in December, was 3.7. I walked over 3.7 miles or ran over 3.7 miles in January 4 times alone. And like I said, one of those days was 5.9, and on average I was at 3 miles. So honestly, just a little bit shy of what my most was in December. I think this is a really neat stat as well. In December, I was only burning about 289 calories through exercise, walking, running, things like that. In the month of January, I burned over 550 calories a day, 553 to be exact. And if you kind of want to break that down over the course of a week, for instance, that's an extra 300 calories a day, 2,100, so 7 days times an extra 300 calories burned compared to December. You're talking about a whole day's worth of eating is what I shed off there. So I'm burning up to 300 more calories a day, and if you multiply that up over the course of a week, you're talking about an entire day's worth of eating on a 2,000 calorie diet. So I think that's pretty neat, pretty fascinating there. I think that directly correlates with my weight. I don't have, you guys don't want to see my before picture. I don't think my after picture is very, very flaunting either, but I did come in at about 174. 176 was kind of my weight in December, and therefore previously. And now I'm coming in between 167 and 168 right now. So I've lost about 6 to 7 pounds. Ah! But seriously, I've lost about 6-7 pounds, so I'll take it. I'm eating better too. I feel like that kind of correlates to that. I'm thinking more consciously. That's one thing that I know that I've realized throughout these 30 days is that I've got more discipline. I can wake up a little bit easier. I go home, make food, take care of the kids, do what I need to do. And if I'm working out late, I know that I got to get it done, so I'm going to do it. So I know my discipline has been much better. I haven't been just coming home wanting to play video games or something silly like that. Been a lot more focused on the brand, Big Deal, my family, work, things like that. So the things that kind of matter the most, the pillars of success, I would label them. And that's just January. So next month in February, it's only 28 days, but we'll compare February to January and see where we're at with these stats. Hopefully it's probably right around there. I don't expect any downfall or dip there, but I don't know if I necessarily expected uptick either, but I'm really proud of where we've come so far. And I'll end it with this quote right here from Benito, Bad Bunny. The only thing more powerful than hate is love. And if we fight, we got to do it with love. I love that because I believe that. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thanks for supporting me.